Father Anthony. How are you doing?
Good, Robin. How are you?
Great. This is going to be really different this year, having virtual camp. We've never had that before.
No, we haven't, but there's always a first for everything, right?
There is. So I was thinking that those who haven't come to camp before don't understand what camp's all about. So maybe we could do a tour and show everybody
great.
the camp. All right.
Love to show them.
Okay, great.
So just to start out, this is the lodge, the office, kind of the central hub for all the information, everything that happens at camp. But you remember a day when we weren't in such nice digs like that.
Oh, absolutely. That facility is just awesome. It's a perfect place. We have such a good time. We can spread out and really get our work done. It used to be right here.
Yeah, this now is a sports shed, just full of sports equipment and everything. But you know, I remember when I first started back up, being in there trying to work on the yearbook and everything, and all kinds of people piled on top of each other.
There'd be 15 people sitting in a room on top of each other, and yeah, doing the camp yearbook.
Yep. But like everything, over time things grow, and I kind of remember the days when we first started sports camp. It's funny how kind of all came to be. My cousin and I were involved with Team Soyo at the time, and we were looking for something, for some direction for our young people to be actively participating in. And so we had just bought the camp in 1978, and our advisor had a connection to the Kennedy Shriver family and everything.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, you know what, Father? You say Team Soyo. I think a lot of people might not know what Team Soyo is. Could you explain that?
Sure. Well, that's the youth movement of the Antiochian Archdiocese, the Orthodox Church, where young people, usually ages 13 to 19, are part of the youth movement. And so they're members of our parish. They get involved in activities. They try to do good works for other people along the way. And so that's kind of what raised me up in the church, that organization, Team Soyo.
That's great. We've met so many wonderful individuals over the years. The Soyos have been wonderful. And isn't it the Team Soyos that raise money for us to be able to come to camp here?
They do. Every third Sunday of October, it's called Special Olympics Awareness Day, and they raise in the neighborhood of $60,000 to $70,000 in that one day. But speaking of friends, here's one of our friends, Cindy.
Oh my gosh, Cindy, how are you?
I just dropped off some bocce balls at the sports shed. Where are you guys heading?
Well, we just thought since camp's going to be virtual this year, that the athletes and coaches that have never come, they wouldn't know anything about camp. So come along with us on our tour.
I'd love to.
We were kind of talking about some of the old and the new. We'd already talked about the office. Here's our dining hall, which we built and put into operation in 2007, which has been a place of many a fun activity in the sports camp.
I think I remember one year, Father, you climbing on top of that roof. What would have been the reason for you to be on top of that roof?
I got to play jolly old St. Nick, and loved every minute of that. That was a lot of fun.
You have the beard and the belly.
Exactly.
Right.
Still have the belly and most of the beard. And we had Pickle and Heather's wedding
That's right.
in there and everything, and a number of fun activities.
It's a great new facility.
Yeah.
And how about this, the gathering place?
Well, this is one of the original buildings of the camp. Usually we use it to store a lot of our sports equipment during the week and everything, but it has served us well for many years. Matter of fact, we've been doing some general work on it, making it more accessible.
Very
and everything,
nice.
thinking about sports camp.
Great.
So, but also, we were talking about the old and new. We showed you the new dining hall. There's the old dining hall back over there through the trees. Which was a lot of fun for many, many years. We did a few movie nights in there, remember?
Movie night. Cindy, what have you done in that old dining hall?
We used to do a lot of silly games before dinner and after dinner years and years ago. And at one time, wasn't it smaller than it is now?
Yeah, we added it onto it by that third. But you know, now we also use it for floor hockey. So we're giving it some good active use now, and kind of passing by the volleyball courts, which the nets are down, unfortunately because it's virtual camp, and so it's easier to take care of the property. But we have the 2 volleyball courts, and then there's a sand volleyball court over there as well.
There's always being bees in that sand volleyball court, huh?
There are, but they don't sting. Believe it
don't
or not,
sting.
they don't sting.
And this was a great new addition. What year did we get the new health center?
The new health center was in 2008. We added it in, and look, here's some more friends.
Oh my gosh.
Hi!
Come and join us, friends.
We're just here with Mr. Orangutan. He needs his first aid, but we can leave him on the porch and come join you on the track where I run with my athletes with athletics. Come on, Enzo.
That's great.
So we were kind of just talking about some of the old and the new stuff. So this is the new health center where we've had a long history of nurses and medical professionals help us out during sports camp. And then one of the key things is the bell that is right here next to the health center, and we ring it to let people know when we're changing events. You want to give it a shot, Enzo? Although we don't have your earmuffs around.
You'll have to hold your ears. Believe it or not, that bell can be heard far and long.
Exactly.
And this was the old health center.
Yeah, the old health center. It, again, served us well. And actually, I think, Heather, you've stayed in there a few times
I did.
with some cabins of athletes, right?
It was really nice not to have to walk back up the hill every single time.
Been in there, lucky enough to be in there once.
Being on the committee has given you certain advantages. Every now and then it has its perks.
No, it always has its perks.
And just off here to the side is what could loosely be described as a softball diamond. It's overgrown now with the grass and everything, but we've been fortunate too that through the years of camp, a lot of the local community has offered their support. So now softball often goes off to another field that's owned by another camp nearby, and then we use some tennis courts in the area and a number of other activities. A track, right? You all go down to the...
We go down to Ligonier Valley High School, their track, which you'll see in my video later this week.
Yep.
That's great. And this old log cabin, that was just, was it always just was it a staff cabin?
It's gone through a lot of different uses through the years. We've had it as a staff cabin for many years. We've been using it for athletes during sports camp, and occasionally during summer camp we use it for some of our campers as well. So, explain to you a little bit more about the origins of camp. So we had this idea of, we had this brand new camp, at least brand new for our archdiocese, and our young people wanted to find some outreach kind of program. And we had a connection to the Kennedy Shriver family, and they put us in touch with the state of Pennsylvania's Special Olympics. And my cousin and I took a train up from Washington, D.C. up to Philadelphia. We were 17 and 18 years old at the time, and made this pitch about we wanted to offer the camp for Special Olympics to use for training. And everybody was in agreement right from the start. It was kind of exciting for us to know that this was going to be an ongoing program. And now we find ourselves in celebrating the 39th year.
39th annual.
With actually 2 extra years in there along the way that we didn't have camp.
Right.
So it's a long history and everything, but it's been a wonderful history watching camp grow from 60 or 70 athletes to, what are we, almost 200 athletes now?
Just about 200. I was looking back in the 10th anniversary yearbook, and there were 78 athletes then in the 10th year.
Wow.
And now we're up to around 200.
Hey, you guys want to go check out one of the cabins?
Oh, that'd be great.
Down these paths, down these trails, we have a number of cabins where our athletes sleep and have a little bit of afternoon rest time throughout the week.
This one isn't here anymore.
My first year of camp in 1989, I stayed in the chalet.
And I stayed at a
And
cabin
I've
over
stayed
here.
there more than once.
Pickle was in the chalet just last summer.
Is that right?
And that should have been the last time it was ever used.
Exactly. You want to see inside the cabin?
Oh, that'd be great. These are newer cabins, and Father Anthony, what year were these newer cabins built down in this area?
These cabins have been built over the last 10 years. And actually rebuilt too.
Yeah.
Many times now. Come on in. We have mattress all stacked and everything because we're doing some cleaning and everything, but it gives you an idea of a typical cabin. Has 4 sets of bunk beds, ceiling fan to keep it relatively cool in here even in the heat of the summer. Plus there's a separate bathroom facility for each of the cabins so that the guests can have full access of sinks, a shower, and the restroom facilities. It depends on each group of athletes. Sometimes everybody wants a top bunk, sometimes everybody be happy with a bottom bunk, but we always find a way to accommodate everybody. That's Cindy's department, the housing.
That's right. I do the housing.
What's that on the front porch?
Oh my gosh, look at that. We better
It's
shut the door.
chipmunk.
How about that?
Do you think we're being followed?
I wonder. I don't know.
And there's always critters around here all the time, but I think this one's a special one, don't you?
Yeah, he's not moving.
We
He's
better be
probably-
very quiet while we walk by
Yeah.
and tiptoe quietly.
So our plans, and we hope maybe in time for next summer, is this building will be replaced right down over here by where all those cut up trees are. That's the plan for the new chalet to be. Well, it won't be called the chalet, but it'll be a new cabin there. Take the place. And we're hoping it'll be done by next summer.
Before you go.
And just kind of looking beyond us is our pool that the aquatics athletes get plenty of time to get their training in, and also to refresh ourselves even with staff breaks in the afternoon too for a fun free swim.
That's always such a refreshing part of the day for the athletes and coaches.
Especially those of us that spend the day out on the soccer field or on the basketball courts or on the bocce courts all day long.
And I see you have another building down here, Arts and Crafts. I know we don't use that during camp, but what do you do there?
Like it says, arts and crafts, all kinds of different projects every summer. We utilize it for it. It's seen its better days, and it's still showing the wear and tear from June 1st of 2012 when we had the tornado come through and affect everything. But the pool, I remember some fun pool parties for evening programs that we've had. Wasn't there like a luau Hawaiian night kind
We
of?
had a luau a few years back. That was really fun.
Yep. So it's covered up right now just to keep it as clean as possible and everything.
And on Fridays of competition day, in the afternoon, we usually have a pool party if the weather is permitting. Have a nice pool party outside.
Yep. Coming back up the hill
often
is
watch the swimming athletics competition sitting under these big pine trees where it's nice and cool.
I know that's where I usually am.
And next, we are met by the pavilion.
exactly, and so the pavilion's kind of the central gathering place of the entire camp.
What do we have in the corner over there, Father?
You know, Maria found this gem of a dunk tank that we've had a lot of fun with for evening programs and things, getting people sitting up on the bench and getting dunked in with great athlete arms of softballs and hitting the trigger and sending us in a big tank of water.
I remember the only time I sat up on that seat, I thought, nobody's ever going to hit that. And first shot, I went right down.
And it is cold when you go in, isn't
Very
it?
cold. It was very shocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Enzo got to dunk somebody a couple, was it last year or the year before?
And actually, with the water that splashed it out, I got splashed a little bit too. Yeah, a lot of water splashed out through the fence and got me.
The pavilion is also where we have a lot of our dances. It's where we break up into our color groups in the afternoon.
We used to do movie night out here too, years and years ago. before the new dining hall, where we started doing our movie night inside, a little bit of air conditioning, a little more comfortable environment. As you can see now, though, because we're not running camp, things are kind of in a state of just piling things up. And we're getting some new additions and some fun recreational things that are going to be added, a couple of carpet ball tables. So when we have camp next summer, and you come back, some of the fun activities could be playing carpet ball. And this was an Eagle Scout project by one of our campers, just built this week.
Sounds like a great interest group for next summer.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is carpet ball? How do you play that?
So there's still carpet to go down on the wood after it finishes drying out. But what you do is you take, they're like billiard balls, like pool table balls, and you roll them down and you're trying to get them to stop. It's almost in this same kind of format of bocce to some extent, trying to get them to stop before the end. And it's a matter of getting somebody close, I think, again, to like a little ball, like a
Target, like a Polina.
like a Polina, exactly. So a similar kind of concept. But it's a lot of fun at a lot of camps, and so we've never had it here. And the Eagle Scout decided he wanted to make this his project.
That's great. Good. Can't wait to try it.
Looks like our friend Mike, you wanted to try it already.
It's the chipmunk again. I wonder if he's following us.
I think he might be.
Although he might be in the mood for soccer, because this is about the size of a soccer field for him, perhaps. What do you think?
Yeah.
And speaking of soccer, here's our soccer field. So from the pavilion, you can see we look over most of our athletic fields for where our athletes practice their primary sports in the morning and their colored rotations in the afternoon.
You know what? One of my favorite things, though, about the pavilion is the parade of athletes come marching in with their banners and the cheering crowds and everything. It's a lot of fun, and hearing the oath and everything else. It just kind of, that's what's always going to resonate for me here about the pavilion. Just that great joy.
Yeah, this is a great gathering place right here. It's where a lot of fun happens.
Yep.
It's AV ball pit, but most of the world knows it as Gaga ball.
Gaga ball.
Which is a really fun activity. We normally take it down because it's normally on one of the volleyball courts. But basically, you get inside the pit here, you use a ball that you kind of slap with your hand, and you try to hit people below the waist. And if you get hit, you're out. You can block it with your hands. If you hit it high and out, hit the ball out of the pit, then you're out of the game as well, until there's just one person standing in the middle.
So it's kind of an enclosed dodgeball type thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is a form of dodgeball, yeah. Yep. And it's something that, whether you're Enzo's age or my age, we can almost compete on a fair playing ground and stuff. So we play with all mixed ages in here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, great. We should do this for camp some of your interest group.
Another interest group.
Another interest group.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the next one.
This has been a great tour, Father Anthony. Thank you so much. I think this is a perfect time now to introduce our committee and sport
Definitely.
clinicians at this time.
And they're the ones that kind of get things going for us. So thanks to all of our committee, and we look forward to you getting to meet them.
I am your camp director for the week, Robin Cummings. Professionally, I've been a special education teacher at Greater Johnstown School District for the last 30 years. I also own our family business, Cummings Trophies and Engraving. Here, I am the camp director. I first came to camp in 1989 and have been the camp director for 25 years since. Camp is a special place. It is the best week of my year, and it is a place where I have some of my most memorable moments ever. I have formed wonderful friendships here at camp, and how can you not form special friendships here at camp, because it is an absolutely wonderful place. Being a camp director is actually pretty easy, because we have an outstanding camp committee who plans a wonderful theme for the week. They work year-round to plan a premier sports camp. All I have to do is sit back and delegate.
Hi, Sports Camp. This is Maria Corey coming to you live from North Canton, Ohio, not the Antiochian Village like we normally would be for Sports Camp every year. This year, things are a little bit different, but we're still going to bring it to you live here at the Village or at home. For those of you that know me and those of you that don't, I'm Maria Corey. I am from North Canton, Ohio, and I'm your evening program director. I got there by being a coach for some of you athletes, and then the lifeguard and aquatics coach, and now I plan the evening events. So if you liked Christmas, or Heather and Andy's wedding, pickle that is, or you just liked going to the lake or Idlewild Park, we did all of that behind the scenes. So when I'm not there at camp, I'm here at home working and planning events year round. So this year, we're doing it different, but we're still coming to you so that you guys can all be together and have fun. So I hope you enjoy this all, and we'll see you next year when we have a whole bunch of fun stuff in store for you. Bye for now.
Hi Sports Camp, my name is Nancy and I'm from Toronto, Canada. I've been coming to sports camp for about 22 years, from back when I was a Soyo coach myself. I'm part of the camp committee and I'm also the Soyo liaison, which means that I get to work with all the Soyo coaches and Soyo volunteers to make sure that things at the Antiochian Village work and run smoothly. So sometimes you'll see me in the dining hall helping out with meals. You might see me in the pavilion helping out with evening program snacks, or in the gimme shop or camp store. Unfortunately, I can't be there with you right now to make sure that you're getting your snack and getting your meals, but I'm really excited to see all the fun things we're going to do during our first ever virtual sports camp. Have fun.
Hello everyone, my name is Robbie. I am from Erie, PA. I have been on the camp committee for about 20 years. When I am not working on camp stuff, I am an assistant principal in a high school in my hometown of Erie, PA. When I am at camp, I am what's called the facilities director, which means that I make sure your sport has the water and equipment it needs so you can participate. It also means that I make sure everything's also working in your cabin, making sure everything's flowing properly, if you know what I mean. Have a great summer camp. Take care.
Oh, hi! Wow, it's been 8 years since I first came to Special Olympics Sports Camp to help at the health center. Hi, I'm Sherry Cummings-Strayer, and I came on board in 2013 to help out Dr. Ruth Jones the year that she had her arm in a sling, if you remember. I'd known of camp for many years because my sister Robin Cummings would come home from camp as a camp director telling us great stories of how much she loved camp. And, I always thought I'd like to come. Well, now I wouldn't miss camp, and it's the first thing on my calendar. My role at the health center is to be sure the health center runs smoothly from Saturday to Saturday, from meds to treatments to ice packs and more. Our busiest times of the day are those morning and evening meds, where we can have an hour or two long line, but by day 2, we do get much more efficient. We love being here for you, to encourage you, to support you, to wrap and rewrap those achy bones and joints, to ice the core from heat exhaustion, headaches, hurting muscles and joints. Pass out Band-Aids, like candy, for those blisters that you have. Give a Motrin or 2 if needed, and maybe a freeze pop. But we're here to really tell you how great you're doing. Drink more water, put your sunscreen on, and no, you can't stay here and sit with us all afternoon. Get out there, your coach needs you because you're here for sports camp. Hey, I'm gonna miss being here in 2020, but I'm gonna be praying for you guys and believe that we will be together in August of 2021, as right here in Antiochian Village is where we belong, for Pennsylvania Special Olympics Multi-Sports Camp. I love you guys. Bless you. Love from the Hearts at Health Center. Bye-bye.
Hi, Sports Camp friends, family, and fans. I am Heather Machetta, and I am a member of the Sports Camp Planning Committee, as well as the Athletics Clinician. This is my 14th sports camp, but my first virtual sports camp. When I see you later this week, there will be a few things that we're going to be doing for athletics. I wanted to give you a quick overview of some of the equipment that you will need. First thing we're going to do is the running events. All you need for the running events is comfortable clothes and comfortable running shoes. Next thing we'll do is work on the javelin. Most people probably don't have a javelin at home, but if you have something like a paper towel tube or even a wrapping paper roll without any wrapping paper on it, those would both work for the javelin throwing. Even if you don't have one of those, even just a small skinny water bottle that you can hold that's about that big around would be perfectly acceptable. Then the last thing we will do is the shot put. So the only thing you'll need is a ball that's somewhere around that big. I have this size and I have this size, so something anywhere in between those two. If you don't have any balls at home, you could even use a rolled up pair of socks. Just dropped one of the balls. I look forward to seeing you later this week.
Hi everybody, my name's Cindy Pauls and I live in Pittsburgh. I first went to Special Olympic Sports Camp in 1989 and I loved it so much I've been back ever since. I look forward to going to camp all year long and I am so thankful for all the lifelong friends I've made there. I have 2 roles at camp. I'm on the camp committee and I do the housing assignments, and I'm also the bocce clinician. We started bocce at camp in 1991 before it was even an official sport in Special Olympics in Pennsylvania. Later in the week, we'll be doing some indoor and outdoor bocce activities. So for indoors, you don't want to use a real bocce set. So look around. Perhaps you have some bean bags, hacky sacks, softballs, tennis balls. All those things would work. You could make a throwing line on the floor with a yardstick or some tape, or even a piece of string or some cones if you have those. Outdoors, if you have your bocce set, then you get that out and use that. But if you don't, you could perhaps use a golf ball for the palina or some croquet balls in place of the bocce balls. You could set up a bocce court using some cones or even some water bottles. Everybody has those these days. So start gathering your equipment and I'll see you for bocce later in the week.
Hi guys, I'm Pickle. I am your sports director for camp. I've been involved with Special Olympics multi-sport training camp since 1996. I also serve on the planning committee, and this year, along with some help from some friends, I will be your soccer clinician. A couple of things that you're going to need: soccer ball. If you don't have a soccer ball at home, that's okay. You can use just about any ball that's similar in size. Cones. Again, if you don't have cones at home, you can do something as simple as take water bottles and fill them about halfway up, and they'll act beautifully as cones. Plastic plate, even a frisbee, or placemats. Don't tell my wife. Anyway, guys, this is going to be an interesting year. I'm really excited. And it's going to be okay. We'll talk to you guys soon. Be safe, and remember, be brave in the attempt.
Hey guys, welcome to Virtual Sports Camp 2020. I'm so excited to be here with you and to share the week together. For those of you who I don't know, my name is Brooke. I am the softball clinician and a committee member at camp. I've been coming to camp since 2009, but obviously first virtual camp, so I'm really excited about that. This week, we are going to be doing softball from San Diego, California. So a little bit from my living room, my backyard, a little bit from the beach, and my parents' backyard. So if you're joining softball with me this week, you are more than welcome to find a space outside and use your traditional softball stuff, your bats, balls, gloves. If you're working inside or that stuff's not available to you, definitely don't worry. You can roll up some socks or gloves and use those as a ball. You can also use toys. This is my dog's ball. We're going to use that. And for bats, you can use a broom, a mop, some wrapping paper if you guys have that lying around your house, anything you can swing. We're going to be working on catching, fielding, base running, and batting. So that's pretty much it. I'm really excited to share the week with you guys, and I hope you have a really fun virtual camp this year. Bye.
Welcome to Sports Camp 2020. Hi, my name is Brandy Barnes, and I'm sitting on the patio at my parents' house. I am the volleyball clinician, and I've been the volleyball clinician since 2004. I'm also on the camp committee. This week for volleyball, you can expect us to be working on bumping, setting, and serving. We will be using a rolled up towel as a volleyball in case you don't have a volleyball, and all of our skills and exercises can be done independently or in small groups if you have people around. We look forward to working with you and hope you are doing well. We hope you are staying healthy and safe, and we hope to see you again next year at Sports Camp.
Hey,
Hi, I'm Helen. I'm the assistant volleyball clinician for sports camp this year. Woohoo! This will be my 4th year, and I'm gonna have somebody helping me out on the volleyball court, helping to teach our volleyball skills.
Hey, what's up?
All right, yeah. This is my son, Aiden. Aiden, how many years have you been at sports camp?
6 years.
Oh, excellent. All right, so grab yourself a volleyball if you have a volleyball at the sports camp day. No volleyball? No problem. Grab a beach ball. Beach balls will work out great, right, Aiden? No beach ball? No big deal. If not, if you have a softball around your house, this will work out great too. No softball, grab a towel. Roll it out nice and tight. Put a couple strips of tape on it. Next thing you know, you got yourself a volleyball, right, Aiden? All right.
Yes.
So here we go. They're saving volleyball for the last day. It's going to be the best for last. Let's go Spikers. Let's go team. Let's get pumped for volleyball. Woo!
Hello, my name is Kenneth Lindsay, and I would have been your basketball clinician this year. This is what I want you to do. If you have access to a basketball, that's great. If you don't have access to a basketball, any type of a round rubber ball will also be helpful. Or you can use a pillow or a seat cushion will work. If you have access to a good wall, I would like that. Also, I want you to have a pair of good shoes on while you're doing the activity. Remember, the best thing to do is we want you to have fun this summer. You learn a little bit, and hopefully you'll enjoy yourself. Okay?
Hello, my name is Nick Romarchuk, and as you can see, I am a clinician and a coach for the tennis program at the Special Olympics Sports Training Camp. I came here many years ago as a fill-in coach for 1 year only, and that was in 2009. He's back. Every year we collect about 15 athletes and work with them on their fundamentals and improve their existing skills to advance them to the next stage of competition and to win. They asked me what my favorite memories were, and I said that it has to be meeting and becoming associated with Father Anthony. He lives his mission. Another one I would like to share with you is the first year that I was here. First year, new coach. First day, first breakfast. They said just go into the dining hall and get your breakfast. I walked into the dining hall and it was overwhelming. The atmosphere was charged with music and laughter and enthusiasm and happiness. Just could not believe everybody looking so forward to getting the games underway. As I said before, let them win. But if they cannot win, let them be brave in the attempt. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Cecilia.
And I'm Vince.
And we are the bowling clinicians.
From Montgomery County.
We started the bowling program for sports camp 8 years ago.
And we've been on a roll ever since. Normally at camp, we teach you how to use a bowling ball and roll it down the lane. But this year, we're throwing it out the window and we're going to teach you how to do techniques to bowl at home.
This week, we'll be teaching you how to bowl at home using any ball you can find in your house and some other common things like different sized water bottles and craft supplies. So spare us some time this week to learn a fun new activity.
We guarantee they'll strike the right chord.
See you there.
Hey, welcome to flag football. This year looks a little bit different, I know. Usually my friends Melissa and Shelly and Neil and I pack up our suitcases, that's why Shelly's up there, and we drive 5 hours out to Antiochian Village for sports camp. This year, we're going to be virtual, so all you got to do is log on. We shall see you there.
Hey guys, this is Alex Zabak. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm going to be your floor hockey clinician for this year at Virtual Sports Camp. We're sorry that we couldn't have you guys in person, but we're going to bring you a bunch of really cool sports that you guys can do at home. This will be my 7th year involved with sports camp, and this will have been my 3rd year being the clinician for you guys. So floor hockey, not all of us have pucks and sticks at home. And if you're like me, really all you need is just a smooth floor, and I've got a cardboard box set up as my goal, a broomstick as my stick, and if you have something like a roll of tape that you can use as your puck, that's going to be perfect. And the skills we're going to be working on, really just stick handling, shooting on the goal, passing, and face-offs. So it'll be really simple. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys all soon.
Hi, I'm Pat Hurley from Pittsburgh. I have been with Special Olympics Sports Camp for 20 years. I was recruited by Father Anthony and Coach Cindy to start the program then. It's been a very rewarding experience coming to sports camp every year. I always look forward to it. This year we're having a virtual sports camp that should be interesting. I would like for everyone to enjoy our little golf portion if we can. We will be working on some basic golf techniques such as grip, stance, and a little bit of the swing. If you don't have a golf club handy, we will be able to use a broomstick, yardstick, any stick at all, or actually you can use a towel rolled up lengthwise. You will be seeing me Tuesday morning. Again, until then, please stay safe, and we will see you with our virtual week of sports camp. Thank you.
Hello, sports camp from the pool.
We're not in the pool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, but we can pretend we're in the pool. I'm Alice Moat. I'm the head clinician for swimming, and I've been at sports camp since 1997. I'm from Bethlehem.
Hi, I'm Fred Knaus, and I'm also a swimming clinician from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I've been coming to sports camp since 2012.
Since we can't be at the pool this week, we will have exercises that you can do at home during our swimming time.
Without a pool?
Right, without a pool, but related to the swimming strokes.
To be a fast swimmer, you need arm strength, leg strength, and core muscle strength.
That sounds like it would be good for a lot of sports.
That's right. Swimming is a great way to cross-train for all sports.
But it usually works better in the pool.
And when you are out in the sun, don't forget your sunscreen.
Don't forget your hat.
Father Anthony, this is a beautiful chapel, and I'll tell you what, first thing in the morning when I get up and it's nice and quiet before athletes and coaches are up, sometimes I come out here and look, and it's just a beautiful background picturesque of the chapel. Can you tell us a little bit about the chapel?
Sure, it's St. Ignatius Church, which is where during the summertime in our summer camping program we have services twice a day there. But during sports camp, when we're first training our Soyo coaches, we have a couple of services. And then during the week, some of our seminarians who are here from St. Vincent's College and Seminary are here, and they have some services as well. And it's really the spiritual center of our camp and everything. And we've invited some of our athletes and coaches to join us, and many have throughout the years. And it's open all day long, so if anyone wants to go in there for some peace and quiet and everything. And
Sometimes we need it as a getaway.
Yeah, exactly. that definitely helps. But you know, out here on the fields too, as we kind of walk across the soccer fields, we have to remember that golf trains out here kind of close to the fire pit when they're not over at Champion Lakes, which is just a stone's throw right across the cabins and everything over the trees there. They go there a couple times during the week. We have a couple of basketball courts where we usually see Coach Ken busy working with all of our wonderful athletes who play basketball. And remember that on competition day, Coach Ken has that $1 million shot.
I made that $1 million shot once.
A couple people
have you seen any of that $1 million yet?
I've not seen any of
Me
that.
neither.
I've seen a check though given to people, but I've not seen them actually be able to cash it. But it's a great memory watching all the excitement there. And then one of our newest additions to the facilities are these 3 wonderful bocce courts that I've been promising Cindy for many, many years.
And here they are. Cindy, tell us about bocce. Well, bocce started in 1991, and we put 6 cones in the field over there. And then eventually we got some PVC pipes and made the sides of the courts that way. And then 2 years
thanks to the generosity of one friend of a volunteer here for sports camp who made most of it possible. So we just greatly appreciate his generosity, and I know he wants to remain anonymous, so we appreciate that. And then beyond all of this, beyond these few buildings out here, is where we have flag football, which has been a great addition to our sports repertoire that we offer. There is also a tennis court when the tennis players are not down at the Ligonier or Latrobe tennis courts.
Well, this has been a great tour. You know what, Father? Remember the building way back behind the U cabin? There was a pavilion down there. What did we use that for?
Well, at one time it was used for bowling, but most of the time our athletes for bowling go down to Ligonier Lanes.
That's great.
Just a short distance from here, and get their practice in and do a great job. Matter of fact, it's the sport that my son enjoys the most and has been a fun part of it.